This dude's name is Kenneth Leland Morgan, I believe. And he decided to show up. Well, let me frame it the way that he framed it. He decided to show up to a Halloween party dressed as an SS officer from Germany in the 30s. Now here's the reality. He decided to show up to a bar in an SS uniform, in a Nazi uniform, where, if you notice, nobody else is dressed up. Okay, this is not a Halloween party. And he gets arrested, believe it or not, because for battery. So I want to kind of talk about what happened. Just watch this video real fast.
Don't touch it. Don't.
So he shows up to this bar randomly in an SS uniform. Disgusting. Nazi armband and all. The swastika armband on.
Don't touch him.
See, look. You can see the the swastika armband clear as day. This isn't a Halloween costume. This is a professionally designed SS uniform. A flawless SS uniform, armband and all. Disgusting, dude.
Don't touch him. Okay, look, there are a couple other people kind of dressed up, I suppose. Look, this one's dressed up as a clown, I guess, with a little party hat. And there's another girl with cat ears here, so I suppose that there are a couple dressed up, but to dress up in a full SS uniform like this, dude, Explorer Infinity says this is an expensive uniform. It is. This is not something that you just buy for Halloween. It's not a Halloween decoration. They certainly don't sell them as Halloween decorations or costumes or whatever. Why would they? Nobody would ever buy that. Nobody should buy that. This is not a joking matter. Just pointed out his armband, I think. He's in my... Yo! Are you in my accounting class? Yeah!
Okay, the most wholesome moment in this entire clip. Two accounting class dudes found each other.
What up, bro? What's good, bro? How are you? Look at this guy.
Come on, get out of the way. I want to see the Nazi in the background.
This is terrible. What the f*** is your problem? I don't know what you want. Is this serious? Oh my God! No, I have no idea. What's the on the second? No.
So he starts fighting, and he actually got arrested after this for battery, I believe. It's actually hard to find info on this case and what happened. I went to New York Post, which is not trustworthy at all. It's like as biased as it gets. Disgusting news, quote-unquote, website, commentary website, but it's the best we got right now. Bozo clad in full Nazi uniform breaks woman's nose outside Georgia College bar and gets busted. A bozo dressed as a Nazi was arrested Friday after he allegedly smashed a glass beer pitcher in a woman's face and broke her nose outside of a Georgia bar. Oh my God. Kenneth Leland Morgan allegedly tried to enter Cutter's Pub late Thursday, dressed as a Nazi Gestapo officer, when he was confronted and prevented from entering by multiple outraged patrons, cops confirmed. That's crazy. I wrote a book about World War II. It's called Was Hitler an Atheist? Check it out on Amazon and Audible. And I actually did some research to try to understand like the SS, the Gestapo, and all of that. There were a number of different groups that existed in Germany. There was the brown shirts. That was kind of like the Proud Boys. They wore little brown uniforms, and they were kind of like Hitler's street thugs, went around harassing and attacking people and things. And when Hitler gained power, the SS, the Schutzstaffel is what it was called, split off as a division from the brown shirts, and they wore black uniforms like this. And it was his group of bodyguards originally, and it eventually evolved into basically like civil police. They were like the police force. Everybody up and down the police chain was SS. All of the camp doctors and all of the investigators and everybody, they were all SS. They also had an SS military division, but the main military division was the Wehrmacht, which was the actual German military, but it was very small. And the brown shirts eventually became the SA, and that was the actual military, because they were barred from having military over 100,000 men because of the Treaty of Versailles after World War I. So they built a paramilitary group, the Brown Shirts, and it turned into the SA. Anyway, that's kind of the structure. So the SS are the people who ran the concentration camps, who acted as police, asking for people's papers. The Gestapo stood for Geheime Staatspolizei, and that means secret state police, basically. They would go around and harass people and arrest people and ask for papers and, all of that stuff. So he's wearing a uniform of an SS officer or a Gestapo officer. Sign up for my Patreon. I'd really appreciate that very much. It would mean so much to me. This is like a really precarious moment in history, in U.S. history, and for me personally. So it would mean a lot if you sign up for my Patreon. Check out cultarchive.org. I did a cult test, basically, where you can see if you're in a cult. And you can look at the historical tests of other groups that already went through this. Also, check out my merch. I have a whole bunch of really cool shirts and stuff. Really interesting. I would really appreciate that. Get the F out. Get the F out. You don't effing wear that. A woman yelled at Morgan as she pushed him away from the bar's entrance. A video taken at the scene shows. Morgan, 33, can allegedly be seen grinning and placing his hands on the woman as bystanders yelled at him to get his hands off her. You don't go into public wearing something like this unless you have malicious intent, unless you're ready for a fight. The woman succeeded in pushing the Nazi cosplayer onto the sidewalk in front of the bar, where he was confronted by a crowd of people, some who were dressed in Halloween costumes. At the end of the video, Morgan allegedly smashes a beer pitcher into one woman's face, causing her to double over in pain. The woman, Grace Lang, suffered a broken nose, Red and Black reported. This is on Red and Black. His blatant attempt to instill fear and create outrage in the community was what sparked the issue, Lang said. I grabbed the armband, not him, to remove a hate symbol. The bar we were at doesn't even have glass pitchers, and I have no clue where he brought it from. I didn't see it in his hand, but he was clearly ready to use it against anyone. Lang said the assault left her with a broken nose and several other injuries. My nose was broken by the pitcher, and I had to get 4 stitches on my bridge when I went to the emergency room, and it's difficult to breathe through it right now, Lang said. I have a large welt on my left cheek, my left eye is black and swollen shut, and my neck and head have ached since. Lang said the man was arrested while she was still outside the bar, waiting for emergency medical services to arrive. He ran, but was apprehended shortly after, still wearing the full outfit, but lost his hat, Lang said. And here's the mugshot. Here you go. This is a mugshot. Athens man dressed as Nazi assaults woman at downtown Athens bar. This is him. Where was it? Where did this happen? I'm trying to figure out. They say Athens. Athens what? Athens, Ohio? Athens, Greece? Oh, Athens, Georgia. Okay. Interesting. Athens, Georgia. This is on flagpole.com about his arrest. Atlanta News First identified the man as Kenneth Leland Morgan. According to Athens Clark County Jail records, Morgan, an Appleby Drive resident, born in 1992, was booked on charges of simple battery and aggravated assault at 2:56 a.m. Friday. Classic City News reported that Morgan was dressed as a member of the Gestapo, the Nazi secret police. As of Saturday afternoon, he remained in jail without bond. Flagpole has requested an arrest report, but it has not been approved for release, according to the ACC Police Department. Wow, that's absolutely nuts, dude. Yeah, the Gestapo was seemingly everywhere. It seemed like they were all over the place and they knew everything. And the reason it seemed like that is because of their denouncement program. You could report somebody to the police for saying something that, the party wouldn't have liked. I don't like the Nazi party. Well, now you're denounced. And nothing would necessarily come of it. They would come around, they would investigate, they'd talk to your friends and family to intimidate them and make them feel concerned and scared like something was going to happen. And they'd go back to their little, warehouse and write a little record of what they did and what you said, and they'd put it in a filing cabinet. And when draft time came up, if you had a record of denouncements, you'd find yourself on the front line. If you had an exemplary record of working with the Nazi party and were supportive of it, you might find yourself in a hospital somewhere, in Germany mainland and, in the main area outside of the fighting. You would find your life is just a lot easier if you didn't have any denouncements on your record, whether they're legitimate or not. Anyway, absolutely disgusting. I cannot believe that somebody had the balls to do something like that. Tell me what you think about it in the comments.